Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of The Points of Articulation. My name's Dave, and today we're looking at the NECA Cinemachines Series 2, Narcissus from Alien. Now this is the famous escape vessel or lifeboat seen at the climax of Alien. Now it has a couple names. We got Shuttle, Lifeboat. I believe the real name of it is the Lockmart Star Cub Light Shuttle or something like that. Or its better name is the Escape 1 or E1, as we can see right here, it has E1 on there. And again, this is the escape craft of the USCSS Nostromo. Now, not only am I a huge fan of the alien creatures and characters, but also of their technology and ships. I already reviewed most of the alien stuff and one Predator thing, but my camera quality wasn't the same as it is now. So I'm really happy to look at this because look at all that detail. Oh boy. And this ship is number 5 in the set. I believe the only one I didn't look at is the Predator 2 ship, and in time I will look at that. So the ship itself is about 6.5 inches, and we do have a lot to cover. It comes with a nice stand, it's got some great details, so you know the drill. We're going to look at the box, look at the model, put it on its stand, compare it, and then we'll be done for today. So let's get moving. Alright, taking a look at the box, we have this nice window in the front showcasing the model. And then on the bottom we have number 5, Narcissus and Alien. And that's the other side. Very similar to the other boxes. Actually identical to the other boxes. And it's like this because I put it in wrong. There's all the copyright crap. People who made it. And well done to all these guys right here. Randy and his design team and all that. Great stuff. You guys, you make a lot of the things that I love. And then here's the back. Here's the other ships, like I mentioned before. Here's the only one I didn't review yet, the Lost Tribe ship from Predator 2. And I'll get to that sooner or later. And I always love these sections too, that show the ship in green. I think that's a nice touch. So let me get a nice shot of this for you guys to read it. There you go. So if you guys want to read that, you can pause it. And that does it for the box. I'm a huge fan of these boxes. I like how they're numbered. It tells you what it is and what franchise. And the Terminator one should be coming out next month or May or something like that. Cannot wait for them. So for right now, I keep these in the boxes so dust doesn't get on them. As you can tell, I already opened it. So let me reopen this, and then we can look at the ship together, and you can see how beautiful it is already. Can't wait. And my God, what a beautiful model. The detail on here is amazing from the front all the way to the back, and I could just imagine the alien climbing into one of these engines like in the film after it gets shot out of the airlock. Amazing. Amazing, amazing detail. So let me get a little closer, and we'll get this review moving. And here we have the front of the ship, and look at all those lines and modules. Beautiful, beautiful. Here we have the cockpit, and you can see the nice detail on these little, I guess we call them support beams holding in the glass. Amazing job here. Holy smokes. More lines and panels. Beautiful. Coming to the back of the ship. Just look at all that. Here's a door. The connector piece, I guess you could say. The latch. This would connect it to the main ship. Or as you saw in Aliens, when the ship grabbed it like this. And then the robot cut the door open. Pretty damn cool. And I think what makes this model is the paint. And I'll get to what I mean in a few moments. And back here, just look at all these little details. And on the engines, we have some nice sections coming around here. Very impressive. And the interiors of the engines, and the interior of the engines is done too. We can see the little engines inside of the main case here. Pretty damn awesome. For the bottom, we have our peg port there. And just look at all this stuff. This right here is amazing. Same for underneath the engines. Just holy smokes. Beautiful, beautiful. And I like these pieces too on the sides here. On the left and right, we have these little hooks. That's pretty awesome. I always like the front as well, with these two circles. Such an interesting design. I'm so glad NECA made it. Beautiful. So that does it for the mold. I believe I covered everything. Nice little detail here and here. So now let's take a look at the paint. Now I mentioned before that I think the paint makes this model. And what I mean by that is, here we have a beautiful sculpt or mold, and the paint on here, the wash, makes everything pop. You can see it fills in all these little spaces, and it makes whoever molded this or sculpted this, their work is magnified 100-fold, because now you could see every single little crevice. And the black wash on this, or maybe a little gray too, maybe a mixture, is amazing. Amazing, amazing. Just shows everything. Fantastic paint job. Now, above that we do have some black for the cockpit window, for the E1, for the little latch there on the sides, for the door window. Now, besides the black wash on the bottom, we do have some red, which is a nice touch. And that red is also on the top in the front here. And that little tiny speck on the door right there. Now, besides the red, we do have blue and white in these engines, which is awesome. And finally, we have orange, which is on the tip here of the back of the ship. Very nice. And that basically does it for the paint. Like, you have these little specks here and there scattered throughout the whole ship that you might not notice on your first glance, but that just shows you the amount of detail on here. You know, it is very accurate from the pictures I've seen from my books and the internet. Just an amazing job. So now that I looked at the mold and the excellent paint, let's see what it comes with. The Narcissus only comes with one thing, the stand, like many cinema machines, and what you do is you connect the pieces like so. And you have this nice translucent stand with this peg. And then we take our ship, and yeah, I wonder if they could have came up with a better stand. I'm always afraid I'm going to break the damn thing. But there we go. You just put it like so, and you're good to go. Alright, for comparison with the NECA Cinemachines Series 2 Narcissus, I have a bunch of different stuff here. We have the Ripley in her compression suit, which from the last time we looked at her, she's almost at 8 inches, so you can see how tall the ship is on the stand based on her. We have a Titanium Series X-Wing, so you can see how small that is compared to the ship. And then just for fun, I have a Marvel Legends Red Hulk Series Wolverine. So a very cool ship, a nice size on that stand, really stands out in your collection. And you can see how these two go pretty well together. Now if you had the alien on one side, this ship posed really cool on the stand, and then Ripley with her harpoon gun, with Jonesy the cat on the base, that would be a cool setup if that's all you were going to have. Very nice. And that does it for my review today of the NECA Cinemachines Series 2 Narcissus. Now, this ship is from Alien, and it was seen in the beginning of Aliens, and it remains one of my favorite. Even though it's just a lifeboat or escape craft, it does have a lot of character to it. And I think NECA captured that character when they did the beautiful sculpt on this ship, or mold, whatever you want to call it. Now, the detail is amazing, as I keep mentioning, and the paint is also equally amazing. Now, normally, just a black wash on something that's white would be kind of cheap, but you know what? This is what it looked like in the movie. And the paint works with the detail to bring the two together and make something amazing. And that's the key word here, amazing. We have tons of different panels and lines and little modules and sections and little doodads hanging off of it. And the paint latches into the crevices of that and makes it pop so you see every single thing on this ship. Beautiful. Now, we saw the size of it, and it's pretty damn good. For the ship itself, it's a little bit near 6.5 inches. Nice size on a stand. It's close to maybe 7.5, somewhere around there. So it does stand out in your collection. Now, if you're looking to buy this ship, you could get it at Toys R Us, or you could go to online retailers, Amazon, eBay too. The choice is yours. Find it the cheapest, and go for it. Now, I already reviewed Series 1. We had the Space Jockey, the Derelict, the Dropship, and the Marines tank. And I love them all, especially the Predator ships. I didn't review the Lost Tribe one yet, but it looks impressive, and I cannot wait for NECA to release the Nostromo, the Sulaco, the two Terminator tanks. Well, one's a tank, one's the aerial hunter-killer. And the possibilities are endless. I hope they keep going. I would love to see the escape pod from Alien 3. I would like to see maybe the Prometheus. I think that would be an awesome one. A lot of great designs there. And we'll see how far they take it. Who knows? It could blow up and we could have a lot of different ships from a lot of different franchises. So all in all, I fully recommend it. It is a beautiful ship, and it will stand out in your collection. People will go, wow, what's that? Boom, conversation piece. You know what I mean? Beautiful. Now, the price of this is usually around 20 to 23 bucks. I got mine at Toys R Us for around 22 something. I forget the exact price. But you know what? Fully worth it. I think it has a lot of detail, and you're getting the bang for your buck, and that's the main point in today's world. You know, you get your money's worth. Now, one negative thing, I wish the stands would be a little different. Now, you can see it keeps shaking while I'm talking and moving my hand. Uh, I've never had one of these fall on me, but I'm always afraid it will. But, NECA's design is pretty neat. I just would have liked something different instead of just one little peg in the bottom of the ship. But that's just a minor gripe. Just my opinion. So that's all I have to say about this ship today. I hope you enjoyed my review. If you did, hit that like and subscribe button for new reviews every Thursday. Next week, we'll be looking at Dallas and the Alien. Again, thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.